Hello to everyone. Thank you all for joining me at this time. My name is Shabi Zane, and I'm coming on to bring a message for the divine masculine, okay? Those of you who are the chosen masculines out there who are seeking some clarity in regards to how you are able to identify the divine feminine versus the false feminine, okay? Because in these times, you will find that a lot of people are awakening to the fact that these unions are coming together. And so you'll have people who come in cloaking themselves to be one thing when in fact behind the mask there's someone completely different, but they want you to believe that you are their soulmate, you are their divine partner. They want you to believe that they are your divine feminine. So this message is actually going to bring some clarity in terms of things that you can look for. If you happen to find yourself in this position, or if you have been here in the past, or if you find yourself maybe in this position in the future, this will give you some clarity or some guidance for things to look out for, as well as your own discernment, okay? I've already done the message previous to this one for the divine feminine, excuse me, for the divine feminine in terms of what she needs to look out for regarding the false masculine versus the true divine masculine. So now this is specifically for the divine masculine. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I have a series of questions that I'm going to be asking, which are the same exact questions that I asked for identifying the false divine masculine. So now we're going to identify the false feminine versus the true divine feminine. So the first question that I have here, I'm going to start with the false feminine. Signs to look for with the false feminine. How do they treat you? Okay. How does the false feminine treat you? Okay. So how does the false feminine treat you? Let's see. Okay, I have two cards that came out. Ugh, look at this, y'all. The false feminine, first of all, she may get very quiet on you, okay? She may be very deceptive in her energy because she's very silent in her energy a lot of the times. Maybe she's not open to her communication when it comes to being expressive. Maybe she's very secretive about a lot of things, okay? The false feminine is very deceptive in her energy. She's very sneaky, okay? Always trying to get away with something. And this false feminine can also be someone who presents herself as being in the high priestess energy, which will be someone who has all of this wisdom and knowledge and knows a lot about the mysteries of the universe. She may read tarot. She may, she's just very sneaky and deceptive though in her energy. And so she keeps a lot of secrets, okay? So you might find that you may just automatically feel like she's deceptive in her energy because you might feel that there's so much that you don't know about her. She comes in wanting to come off mysterious. You know, she wants to present herself as being very mysterious, but it's really behind that is deception, okay? And that's where the silence is coming in at. That's where the secretive, mysterious energy is really coming in at. This is what that energy is all about, deception, okay? So let's see what else is coming out. How does she treat you? Okay. So we have two cards coming out here. So I have here the Strength card in the reverse, and then the Hangman in the reverse. Okay. Now with the Strength card in the reverse, this is an energy of her potentially trying to emasculate you to some degree, okay? Or even trying to get you to let your guards down. Trying to get you to let your guards down, but also I feel what I'm picking up more so though is trying to emasculate you, because in the upright, I see this as being someone who is very strong, very powerful. Um, and this card, this strength card, can also deal with like a lustful type of energy as well. And so with this coming out in the reverse, it's almost like what I just heard was like that the biblical story about Samson and the woman who cut his locks, who took his sexual energy, okay? Um, and tempted him with the Jezebel spirit. So it's something like she comes in and you're allured, you're drawn in uh by her mysterious appearance, okay? The way that she projects herself. She seems very mysterious in her energy. You're drawn in by that. And for whatever reason, I feel like it's something that causes you to let your guards down through that sexual energy, okay? So she treats you as if you're not as powerful as you truly are, okay? It's like she, like I said, emasculates you to a degree, but she does it in a very subtle way. I feel like it's not something that's very obvious because she's very mysterious in her energy, or at least she tries to be that. But it's something that she does that makes you feel as if you're not as powerful as you are, or that tries to weaken you, okay? With the hangman in the reverse, this is that energy of just being stuck, okay? Forcing you to be stuck in your energy. So I want to clarify these cards just to get a little bit more understanding in terms of how she treats you. So what is the Seven of Swords? This is the card that I'm going to clarify first. The Seven of Swords here. What is the Seven of Swords? Okay, so the Seven of Swords is the Two of Pentacles. Okay, we got three cards. Okay, the Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles. So I feel like she might juggle your emotions a lot, okay? The false feminine is going to treat you in a way where she has you juggling with your emotions. She has you on an up and down roller coaster. You don't really know if you should put your effort in to, to focus on this female, or if you should just walk away. But it's this energy of back and forth. You can't really figure it out. You can't quite put your finger on which direction you should go, because she's in this energy of being so secretive that you can't really gauge what her intentions are when it comes to you, okay? And so this is clarifying the Seven of Swords, that sneaky and deceptive energy. Um, and so this is why you end up at a crossroads, kind of juggling. But I feel like she wants you to be in this energy. She treats you this way. She treats you in a way where she comes off deceptive, which she is being that, okay? Because she wants to keep you at a crossroads in terms of whether or not you should stay with her. It's almost like that. I feel like she kind of puts you on a chase to a large degree, and it ends up weakening you because she uses, I'm going to clarify what the High Priestess is, but I feel like she uses her intuitive abilities against you, okay? She uses it to her advantage, but to your disadvantage. And so it weakens you. It makes you feel less than, and you end up feeling stuck, okay? With the hangman in reverse, you end up feeling stuck in this situation, not being able to see things clearly, obviously because your emotions are all over the place and you don't know if you should put in the work and focus in on this woman, or if you should walk away from her, okay? And so that's the energy that she wants to keep you in. So let me see. What is the High Priestess? What is the High Priestess? Okay, so the High Priestess is the Death card. Okay, High Priestess is clarified by the Death card. So I feel like this is that energy of, yeah, she might end the connection with you just suddenly, okay? Your false feminine will come in and I feel like she's in that in and out energy where she'll suddenly end the connection with you. But she'll do it in a way where she might ghost the situation. She might not fully communicate with you why she's walking away from you. But it's all in an attempt to keep you stuck on her emotionally and to weaken you so that you feel vulnerable in this situation, not really knowing whether or not this woman actually had feelings for you, if she actually cared for you. It's almost like she comes in and she drains you of your energy. She drains you of your power. Like I said, that the story of Samson keeps coming to mind, and she ends the connection without any real explanation, leaving you feeling stuck and off balance, not knowing what to do from there. Let me get another one for this High Priestess. So what I have here is the King of Wands. Yes, the King of Wands. So you find her, what happens is, the High Priestess can be someone who is very attractive. You're largely attracted to her because of her mysterious nature. And so you end up taking action towards her because you're drawn in by that energy, okay? And she never fully opens up about anything about her, anything that's going to allow you to go deep, to really understand her on a spiritual level, past the surface, or past her gifts, okay, or past her intuitive wisdom. And then she ends the connection here. And it leaves you feeling stuck. It leaves you feeling stuck, and it actually puts you in this energy of wanting to go after her, okay? Because I feel like that's ultimately the agenda, is to want you to chase her, to come after her, but it's all for selfish reasons that she's doing this. It has nothing to do with the fact that she's actually interested in you. It's more so the fact that it does something for her ego. It makes her feel more powerful. Okay, with the Strength card coming out of the reverse, it's like she's taking your power, and so it makes her feel more powerful to have you chasing her and after her, not really knowing what drew you to her in the first place outside of your physical attractiveness to her and whatever this mysterious nature is that she presents to you. So what is the Strength in the reverse? Strength in the reverse. And also, I'll say the King of Wands is generally someone who is very attractive. Okay, he knows what he wants. He's a go-getter, and he's very confident in himself. Okay, and so I feel like you come in with all of this confidence. You go after her because you feel like this is a challenge. This is someone who you feel challenged by because she's not the she's very different maybe from who you are accustomed to being drawn to. And so I feel that by the time she's done playing her games and being deceptive and putting you on this emotional roller coaster, you end up feeling lack of confidence, okay? Suddenly your confidence diminishes. Suddenly you feel less powerful, okay? And yeah, she leaves you feeling, you don't end up feeling so good after this connection, okay? So what is the Strength card in the reverse? I told you, the Strength card in the reverse is the Five of Cups, okay? So feeling as if you've taken a loss and you're there, you can't stop focusing in on the spilled cups. You end up having the prime opportunity to move towards the Two of Cups, which is generally that soulmate connection, okay? When the Two of Cups comes out, that's generally your soulmate. That's somebody that's given equally to the connection, a very loving and stable and balanced connection. But when this woman, when she walks away from you, or whatever it is that she does, when she pulls your confidence and your power from you, takes your strength from you by walking away, you end up focused and heavily stuck. Like I said, the hangman in the reverse, this is that energy of being stuck and not being able to see clearly what's happening here, okay? Strength is also being clarified by the Six of Pentacles. And so you may have even been in this energy of giving to this false feminine, okay? Whether it's financially or giving of your time or giving of your energy, whatever the case may be, you may have been very giving towards her. And so that's another reason why you end up feeling depleted and lacking a lot of your confidence when this person walks away, because she doesn't explain anything to you. She just disappears. And what she takes with her, though, is your energy. She takes your confidence. She takes your power. She takes your strength. Okay? And she uses it to her advantage to somehow, stroke her ego again. But I feel like it goes even deeper than that in terms of why these false feminines come into your life, okay? It's like taking your power and using it to her advantage in terms of her spiritual awareness, because many of the masculines, you all possess gifts as well, just like the feminines do, because we're chosen. We possess gifts, okay? We possess the original gifts, not the ones that have to be falsely acquired through dark magic or energy harvesting or, that type of energy. And so I feel like she takes your energy with the Hierophant in reverse. The Hierophant in the upright is a teacher. This is someone who is spiritually evolved, someone who has a great understanding of spirituality. But with this coming out in the reverse, it's like she takes not only your strength and your personal power and your confidence, but she strips you of your spiritual gifts, your spiritual connection, okay? And leaves you just in this energy of feeling, like you've taken a loss, grieving, disappointment, and not able to turn around to see the opportunity of going towards your true divine feminine. And so I'm hearing that this is all about, that's what the agenda is for, to strip you of everything that you possess beyond the surface of who you are. I'm talking about the spiritual nature of yourself, to strip you of that. These false feminines come in to strip you of that so that you will never have confidence in moving towards your true divine feminine, because you end up stuck thinking that this was the divine feminine, because maybe there's something about the connection that felt very familiar, because she knew how to manipulate the energy to make you think that it was in fact that. You feel so stripped of your confidence, and you feel so you're in so much pain behind her walking away and ending the connection, that in your own mind you mistake that for meaning that this must have been your person, and this is why you feel so drawn to her, and this is why you feel so hurt that she's no longer in your life. But that's not the case at all. This was a false feminine that came in to strip you of your spiritual gifts and of your power, your personal power, okay? Let me see, what's the Hangman in the reverse? Hangman in the reverse. Okay, so the Hangman in the reverse is the Tower and the Knight of Swords in the reverse, okay? You end up in this position. First of all, the Tower is her suddenly ending the connection, because it wasn't built on it wasn't built on a real solid foundation in the first place, okay? However she was able to call you in, it was largely, more than likely, she drew you in with her sexual energy, okay? And you likely, I just have to keep it real with y'all, you was likely in your carnal nature, in your ego, okay? And you was drawn to this woman through her mysterious nature and through her physical attractiveness. And because you saw her as being a challenge, you took on the challenge And this woman came in and completely did a, I mean, she made your head spin. Maybe in the bedroom she might have done some things because she knew intuitively how to do these things for you, because she's probably into the dark occult, okay? Occult meaning hidden language, but she's on the dark side of things. And so she likely used things like sex magic, okay, to strip you of your energy and to leave you feeling powerless, to strip you of your life source energy, okay, and made you feel completely vulnerable and like putty in her hands. And then she creates this tower moment where she just completely pulls the rug from underneath your feet unexpectedly, just suddenly disappears on you. And then you're left in this scattered energy with all of these things that you want to say, all of these things that you want to communicate, but you're not able to do it. You're just stuck right there emotionally, physically, mentally. Every part of you is stuck wondering what happened with this connection. Okay, so she's very good at this. Okay, very skilled at this. One more for how she treats you, and I'm going to move on to the next question. Okay, so the Chariot came out in the reverse, okay? Chariot in the reverse deals with no forward movement, okay? Suddenly things just come to a screeching halt. It's not going nowhere, okay? You was able to get in and maybe have, this sexual connection with her. Maybe she enlightened you on some things that she knows in terms of her spiritual nature, but past that you really didn't know anything about her, and this is why you wanted to pursue her so heavily, because you were still largely in your ego, and a large part of your ego would not allow you to not chase her, because it's like, well, you're used to getting what you want. You're used to women, falling at your feet, or whatever the case may be. You're used to a certain type of woman and a certain type of outcome. But with this one, she came in, in this deceptive energy though, but very mysterious at the same time. And so when she put this to an end, an unexpected ending, when this tower comes down, you're left just completely stuck, not knowing what the hell just happened. Okay, so let me pull from her nature. What is the nature of the false feminine? What is the nature of the false feminine? Try not to be too long-winded on these questions, because I still have to do your true divine feminine. But this may be about an hour reading. Y'all know how things can get. So the nature of the false feminine. Nature of the false feminine. Okay, so look at this, y'all. The nature of the false feminine is the justice in the reverse and the devil. Okay, the justice in the reverse and the devil. I mean, this is just okay. Let me just tell you this, okay? Justice in the reverse is somebody. It's not a balanced situation. This person lacks integrity. They're liars, okay? They do things underhandedly, okay? And they bring a lot of negative karma to you. A lot of negative karma to you. This devil card right here, the nature of the false feminine is very toxic in her energy, okay? Her goal is to cause you to feel chained and bound to her, okay? She wants to chain you and bind you to her. So what I just heard is that she's also likely doing binding spells, which causes you to feel as if you can't get this woman off of your mind even after the connection is over with. You're not even interested in considering the fact that you have a true divine feminine out there, because you're just stuck. And it's largely because of the lustful energy, because the devil card can also deal with lust, okay? Addictive energy. She came in and did this and used these unjustified actions and tactics towards you in order to get you chained and feeling stuck to her. And that's why I kept seeing the Hangman in the reverse. The Nine of Cups in the reverse is lack of happiness, lack of wish fulfillment. And this woman, she might also be an overindulger, where she might be the type of person that has addictions, whether it's to alcohol or other substances. But I strongly feel like definitely with the moon right behind this, it's that energy of mystery. You're not able to see what's happening clearly because she's doing a lot of things in the dark, okay? It's a lot of secrets in terms of how she has been able to cause you to be in this energy of feeling like you're chained to her emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. And you can't get this woman off of your mind. And so she leaves you feeling very unhappy. But the nature of this woman, though, she's very unhappy with herself. She doesn't love herself. She is actually she herself is chained and bound to devil energy, very toxic in her energy. And so she, misery loves company. She wants you to join her in that, but you're not the only person that she does this to. Okay. I feel like this woman is very promiscuous in her energy a lot of the times. And so she does this, like I said, for an ego stroke, because she knows that she's unhappy with herself. She's not doing the work to heal. She does things from a lack of integrity, and she knows that she's gathered up so much negative karma for herself that she's taken on the assignment of being the one to come into the divine masculine's life to deter you from your true partnership. Okay, that's her assignment. Okay, she's in the dark. That's who she is naturally. Okay, so the moon is here. Like I said, I strongly feel like this woman does dark magic. Okay, she understands, like I said, the dark occults, and so this is why you feel chained and bound to her. One more for her nature, and I'm going to move on to the next question. The nature of the false feminine. Yeah, the world in reverse. And then the death in reverse. Okay, so she's not, and what's peeking out? Yeah, the Three of Swords. This woman, her nature is she's never able to close out cycles. She stays in karmic energy because she never does the work to heal herself. So her nature is she's been hurt, she's been broken, she's been battered and bruised, and so she's still holding on to the past. She won't do the work to actually go through the transformation to allow herself to heal from these things. So instead of healing, she causes other people to not be able to release her and to let go of her. And that is an ego stroke for her, because she's been hurt so much in the past that it does something for her to feel that someone will be chasing her or emotionally stuck to her or spiritually bound to her. Okay. Because she herself is not able to close out those old cycles because she's built up a lot of karma for herself, okay? And so her transformation will look that much more, the things that she would have to go through in order to pay off her karmic debt, it would be that much more difficult, but, it's what she called to herself based on what she has been doing. Let me see. How do you feel when you're around the false feminine? How do you feel when you are around the false feminine? How do you feel when you are around the false feminine? Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles coming out in the reverse. I feel like it's something about her energy that makes you want to be open, that makes you want to give also, okay? To be open and to give to her. But you're very... and that's probably why you feel powerless when she gets up and walks away and ends the connection suddenly. Because she's so-called mysterious in her energy, and she comes off as being so spiritually in tune that she opens you up to the point where you want to tell her everything about you, okay? And you also might even be giving of yourself financially, okay? Maybe giving of a lot of your time and a lot of your energy to her. And so how you feel is you end up opening yourself up and exposing a lot of things to her. Maybe thinking that because she's so different that maybe she's going to be the one to actually, because you're assuming again that this is your true divine feminine. And so you end up divulging maybe more than what you should to this woman, even though she's going to take those things and run with it. Like literally, she's going to take advantage of the fact that you have exposed all of these things about yourself. You've placed yourself in a vulnerable position. And then by the time she runs off, you feel completely stripped and, you know, just completely stripped of your power, because you opened yourself up so much to this person and you cared for this person. How do you feel around her? The emperor. You think you're her emperor, okay? Because generally the emperor and the empress are the divine counterparts, okay, in the tarot deck. And so you feel like you want to provide for her. You feel like you want to protect her. You feel like you want to commit to her. You want to be loyal to her, okay? But ultimately, this is not your person. And so this is why it leaves you feeling powerless. How do you feel around her? Yeah, you feel like this is destiny. You feel like this is the destined connection that you're supposed to be in. But what's here? The Chariot is in the reverse. So it's like that energy of everything stops with her. Everything stops here with her. There's no forward movement with anyone else. This is your person. Everything stops here with her. But then you end up feeling scattered in your energy, like, okay, but where is this going though? I still feel that I've opened myself up to you. I've divulged much of my secrets or inner feelings and emotions to you. But what about the reciprocity? I'm giving of myself to you and I'm ready to commit myself and to be loyal to you. But then you end up feeling like there's no success moving forward, okay? But you do end up feeling as if this is the person that you was destined to be with. How do you feel? I'm going to take one more card and move on to the next question. How do you feel around the false feminine? So what you have here is the Queen of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, okay? So you end up, like I said, in this emotional energy, because the Queen of Cups is in her emotions. This is someone who is emotionally vulnerable, okay? Emotionally open. And so I feel like you end up opening yourself up to this woman. But ultimately, you feel like you cannot build with her. This can't be something that you create a long-term stable connection with, because there's too much that you just feel that you don't know about her. And so it's this energy of you're just so caught up. Yeah, you're so caught up in the spiritual nature, or the so-called spiritual nature of this woman, because this was in the reverse at the bottom of the deck, that you don't know which direction to go in when it comes to the relationship. But you do know that ultimately this is not something where you can build stability. You can build something long term, because it's too unbalanced. It's too unstable. And she's not communicating with you in a way that you would hope for her to open up. Okay, so now, last question for the false feminine. How do you feel? How are they spiritually? What is the spiritual nature of the false feminine? The spiritual nature of the false feminine. We got the Fool here, the Fool. So taking risk, starting new. And I feel that that's really clarifying what we saw in terms of the Death card coming out. The spiritual nature of her is that she's not really stable in in terms of her spiritual path. Okay. She does risky things when it comes to her spiritual nature, because she's so stuck. She's stuck in the karmic wheel. She's stuck in a karmic cycle. And so she has no real direction when it comes to her spirituality. How is she spiritually? We have no thingness, okay? But this came out in the reverse. So no thingness. Let me clarify that. No thingness. I just feel like it's a blank, it's nothing really there spiritually, okay? she lacks the spiritual connection with the Most High. She lacks the spiritual connection with, even within herself. It's not there. What is no thingness? Okay, so innocence came out in the reverse. So I feel like it's this energy of her just not knowing who she is. Her inner child is not healed, okay? She's very much so stuck in the past and her past pain. And so she's full of negative energy even when it comes to her thought processes, the way that she thinks, okay? Yeah, look at this. I told y'all, clinging to the past. So she's stuck in her past, okay? The spiritual nature of this feminine, this false feminine, is that she's stuck in the past. She might have addictions, to alcohol with that champagne glass back there, but she's just stuck. She can't see anything. This is why this card is here. Her vision is obscured in terms of her spiritual nature, and this is why she's always just taking risky moves and starting all over again, in foolish energy, because she hasn't healed her inner child, okay? She's not able to see things from a spiritual perspective. So you're not even in alignment when you come to that space of awakening and knowing who you are and stepping back into your power and healing from this type of energy. You won't be in alignment with her any way, shape, or form in terms of the spiritual aspect of things, because she doesn't have it. It's just not there. She portrays herself to be that from the outside, from the surface, but within it's not there. Okay, there's nothing there. So now we're moving into the true divine feminine. How does she treat you? What should you look for when you're looking to see what is the characteristics? How does the true divine feminine treat you? Okay? Oh, okay. Hold on. That was too many that got ready to pop out. How does the true divine feminine treat you? Okay. So what I have here, let me see. All right. So what I have here is the Four of Swords. This is all about healing, okay? The true divine feminine is very healing to you. Your heart is being ripped out of your chest, okay? With that Three of Swords that came out earlier for the false feminine. You've been hurt. You've been in pain. You've been battered. You've been bruised. Your true divine feminine, not only does she give you the opportunity to go into that nesting phase of being able to heal yourself, she's very patient with you in that regard, but she's also very healing in her energy because she has done the work to heal herself. And so the divine feminine is generally the healer, okay? And she has that mothering and nurturing energy. And so she understands that you've been through a lot. And so the true divine feminine, how she treats you is she gives you that time to heal. She gives you that time to rest. She gives you that time to nurture yourself. And she's also bringing the energy that's going to help you to heal. How does she treat you? She values you. She cherishes you. She sees the value that you possess, okay? And so she holds you very closely to her chest. With another number 4 here, we got 2 4s coming out. This indicates that she knows she's trying. What she does is she brings a stable energy, okay? This is a solid, stable energy. The number 4 is all about stability. And so she cherishes you. She holds you close to her. And she's not going to allow any person, place, or thing to come in and to cause disruption in the connection, okay? She sees, like I said, she sees your value. Also, how does she treat you with the Queen of Pentacles coming out? She knows her own value. And so the Queen of Pentacles is secure. She's already created that security for herself. And so your true divine feminine is not going to come in misusing you or abusing you or taking from you, because she's already created that stability for herself. And so whatever that may look like, even if she's not in a position of having it all, what she's not going to come in with is a codependent energy on you or what you have, okay? She's already created that for herself on whatever level that looks like. You just know that regardless of what she has, she's not coming after you to take what you have. She's already created some form of stability for herself. And so the Queen of Pentacles, how she treats you, I feel like this is more of that energy of just valuing you. She values herself. She's grounded. She's stable in her energy. And so therefore she's able to value you as well. Okay. Um, Let me take two more for how she treats you. So how she treats you is she wants to come in. She pulls you, she calls you to take that leap of faith with her away from the past pain. The Ten of Swords deals with a lot of betrayal, a lot of deception, okay? But she comes in ready to take that leap of faith to start brand new, coming out of that energy of pain and ready to start brand new, to, courageously and boldly, because she's wearing yellow and she's wearing yellow too. So she builds up her personal strength and her personal power to step out of that energy of past pain. And she wants you to come with her. So she comes in, with that healing energy. She comes in with that healing energy, showing you that she values you and letting you know that, she wants you to be able to start brand new. She wants you to be able to listen to your intuition with that amethyst right there. Listen to your intuition and take the leap of faith out of this painful energy that you felt stuck in, all of that past betrayal that you felt stuck in, and just taking the leap to start brand new. Okay? She wants you to trust her. She wants you to trust that, yeah, look at that. The King of Swords is right here, and right behind that is the Four of Wands. Your true feminine is going to value who you are. And this is all about stability. You got 444 coming out for the true divine feminine. So that is the number of stability all the way across the board. So if you're seeing 444, maybe that's an indicator. And I'm just now looking at my clock. It said 4141. That could be an indicator that you are already in tune with your divine feminine, or you're getting ready to meet your divine feminine, your true divine feminine. And so the Four of Wands deals with leveling up. It deals with, creating stability with one another, getting married, getting engaged, and creating that long-term commitment, whatever that looks like for you. But she's on board with it, okay? She's ready to celebrate with you. She's ready to celebrate your victory of being able to release yourself from the past pain, to heal yourself. And I feel like she's going to, in this energy, what I'm seeing here with these two cards next to one another, you're the one that's here, that's nesting, that's healing yourself. She's in that energy of not rushing you, giving you the time that you need to do what's necessary to heal yourself and to put your heart back into your chest. And in the meantime, she's doing what's necessary to stay grounded and to nurture herself and to take care of herself. She's not in that energy of trying to disrupt your healing process, nor is she trying to create pain for you. What she's doing is giving you the time that you need, but at the same time, she's cherishing you. She's cherishing you from a distance. She values you. She knows who you are, okay? And so she gives you that time so that when you are able to get up, you step into that King of Wands energy. You have your confidence back. There's that lion back there. Remember, you saw the Strength card in the reverse with the lion. That card was in the reverse, but now you stand back on your own 2 feet. You gain your confidence back. She values your physical attractiveness. She values your passion. She values your creative energy. Okay, she values the power that you possess, the strength that you possess. Okay, she's not there to weaken you. She wants to see you heal. And so with this card coming out with the Four of Wands, she definitely is the type of person that wants to commit. She wants something stable and solid. Okay, let me pull one more for how she treats you. Okay, so we have here the High Priestess here, and then we have the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So she is the true High Priestess. You saw that the false feminine is the imposter. She comes in acting as if she has some sort of spiritual or divine connection. But your divine feminine is the true High Priestess. She understands the mysteries of the universe. She has that divine connection to the Most High God. She has that healing energy. She possesses a lot of wisdom, okay? And so she's ready to take action. She's ready to come forward. She's not just all action, she's not the type of person where, yes, she has that mysterious nature about herself, but at the same time, she's very grounded and stable, okay? She's very grounded and stable. And so it's not that type of energy where you're going to come in and she's going to be very secretive about who she is. I feel like she's very transparent, very open, but at the same time, you understand that she possesses a lot of gifts and she possesses a lot of wisdom here, okay? So with the Knight of Wands right here, this is that energy of taking action, okay? She takes action to um, let you know that she is interested, okay? She is interested, and she's also very, I feel like she's very fun to be around, okay? She's the type of person where you feel comfortable around her, okay? You feel open, you feel free. That playful energy, okay? That transparent energy. And so, let me see. What is the nature of the true divine feminine? What is the nature of the true divine feminine? You can already see here she's very spiritually enlightened with the Hierophant, okay? She's very spiritually evolved here. She's always gaining more knowledge, okay? Very spiritually inclined. And also with this, the Ace of Wands, very exciting energy, okay? You feel that spark, you feel that passion. Her nature is that she's always excited about learning more in terms of her spirituality, okay? That's something that excites her. That's something that she's very passionate about. That's something that brings her a lot of joy. So let's see what else is coming out for the nature of the divine feminine. What is the nature of the divine feminine? Okay, that was too many there. What is the nature of the divine feminine? Okay, look at this, y'all. The nature of the divine feminine is the Ten of Cups. She is the type of person that wants to create that family, okay? She wants that stability. She's the one that's going to feel like home to you. Her nature is she's very loving. She's very kind, and she's the type of person that commits. She's a good mother, okay? She's a good lover. She's a good friend, okay? The nature of your divine feminine. And look at this. At the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Cups in the reverse. She is not out here trying to pick and choose from all of these different options. When she knows that you're her divine masculine, you are the one that she wants. She doesn't have to try to stand there and figure it out. She knows who you are, and that's why you had the Four of Pentacles with her holding that, like that bag. That's her valuing you, okay? She knows your value, and so she doesn't have to be out here candy picking, trying to figure out what she wants. She's not promiscuous in her energy. In fact, she's committal. She's the type of person that you can build a family with, that you can create long-term stability with. Okay, that's her nature. And also the Ace of Cups. She's very loving. She possesses a lot of self-love. She has an overflow of love to give. Okay, and so this is also about her gifts. She has very powerful gifts, okay? Very powerful, intuitive gifts. But she's very sharing and very open about these things. And so she's very loving, very caring, very kind, emotionally available. She loves herself. She's not in this competitive energy where you have to compete with others for her, okay? Once the two of you connect, she knows who you are, you know who she is, and everybody else gets canceled, okay? There is no comparison. She's not going to put you in a situation where you have to fight over her, or you have to be in competition for her. And so I feel like a lot of times, what is the question here? Her nature. The divine feminine, if you meet her, it depends on when you meet her, okay? Because she may even be in this energy of emotionally, sometimes she can be emotionally stuck in her head about the past traumas that she's been through, the past cycles that she's gone through, okay? With the King of Cups in the reverse and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This is that energy of, she can be mentally stuck in her own mind about those partnerships where the person was not emotionally available to her, and the karmic cycles that she's had to deal with, okay? But I do feel that that's one of the reasons why she's able to be so nurturing in her energy, because she understands what it feels like to not have love reciprocated to her, okay? And so the same way that you attracted or potentially attracted a false feminine, She's likely attracted a false masculine, or even those, prior to that situation, who brought a lot of karmic energy to her. And so this is something that, sometimes she can be a little stuck in her own mind in regards to that, in regards to those who was not able to offer themselves emotionally. But even still, in spite of that, she's still very open and very emotionally available, and she's still in that energy of nurturing and healing herself. And so she never gives up on the journey in terms of rising to her highest self and becoming the best version of herself. She never gives up on that. Okay. So let me see. How do you feel around your true divine feminine? I'm gonna try to pick up the pace here because I'm almost at an hour. How do you feel around your true divine feminine? And then I have, how are they spiritually? And then I'm going to close out. How do you feel around your true divine feminine? Oh, okay, that was too many. How do you feel around your true divine feminine? Okay, so I have two here. So what I have coming out, I have the Tower here and the Star card. The Star card was in the reverse though. So the Tower here, this is that energy of sudden revelation, okay? Something suddenly strikes you, okay? It's that energy of suddenly coming into some sort of realization. And I feel like, with the Star card here, this is that energy of feeling hopeless. So if you was in that energy of feeling like you're not going to get your wish fulfillment, you're not going to get what you truly desire, there's some sort of, this Tower moment comes in, and I feel like it's this sudden revelation that um sudden revelation that yeah, 16 to 17, that the what you had before was not built on a solid foundation. Okay, let me clarify these. How do you feel around your divine feminine? What is the Tower? Okay, so you know what, yeah, I think what happens is when you meet your divine feminine, it strikes you so hard in terms of the fact that you had lost your spiritual connection. It's something about her energy that comes in to really strike down your ego. It strikes down your past perception of love. It strikes down, um, anything that kept you outside of rising to your highest self. When you connect with your divine feminine, you end up having some revelations that make you want to change, that makes you want to walk away from false foundations, okay? And I feel like it puts you in this energy of, you have sleepless nights, you overthink, because now you start to realize that all that competitive energy, all of that drama, all of that chaos that you was around, this is clarifying the Tower, okay? Suddenly you realize what you was involved in. She brings the type of energy that makes you go into the sudden realization of the type of life that you was living and the type of person that you was presenting yourself to be, okay? And where you were spiritually. And so I feel like initially it can be very emotionally taxing to come into connection with your divine feminine, because then it places you into that energy. Look at that. It places you into that energy of having to do the work to spiritually evolve, okay? Go within to gain that understanding of who you are internally, okay? But this is not something that is emotionally draining to you. It's actually uplifting for you. It's that energy that makes you feel more empowered, and it makes you want to become spiritually connected again within yourself and your connection to the Most High and all things that exist. So you want to evolve, you want to elevate. So it's like that sudden realization. But also, how you feel is that chemistry is undeniable, okay? That chemistry sends you through the roof. That chemistry is one that you know that this is your soulmate. You know that this is your person. You know that this thing is infinite. It's a never-ending love. That the chemistry is just is like fireworks, okay? And I'm not just talking about the sexual chemistry, even though that is very, very, it's probably something that likely, more than likely, is something that you've never experienced before in your life, and you never will. Even if the false feminine tried to mimic it through sex magic, this right here is undeniable. You will never feel anything like this again, okay? It's unmatched. And so with that being said, you know, when you get around her, this is the one, I mean, it's mesmerizing. It's one of those connections where the love that you all have for one another actually elevates you spiritually as well. I feel like even when it comes to the sexual energy, it's so healing to you that it also allows you to elevate in your spiritual nature. That's what you all do for one another. Okay? And so let me see, what is the energy? How is your divine feminine spiritually? What is the spiritual nature of your divine feminine? Spiritual nature of your true divine feminine. Spiritual nature of your true divine feminine is going with the flow, okay, and then conditioning. So I feel with these two cards coming out together, the spiritual nature of your divine feminine is she's no longer allowing herself to stay stuck and to stay trapped in the conditioning of what others told her or how they made her feel. Maybe they made her feel like the black sheep. Maybe they made her feel like she was different, which is most of the time the chosen. That's exactly how it is, okay? So your divine feminine, she's no longer stuck in this energy. Now she's in that energy of going with the flow, okay? She knows who she is. She's emotionally balanced, okay? She's trusting the process, and she's allowed herself to just, release herself from this energy of being stuck and trapped up underneath other people's shadows, okay? And being used by other people. But now she's going with the flow of life, okay? She's free and emotionally free, okay? Let me pull one more card for the spiritual nature of your divine feminine, your true divine feminine. Okay, so this card is in the reverse. You have exhaustion coming out. And so this indicates that she's not operating from this robotic energy anymore, okay? She's not fooling herself into being something that she's not, okay? All of this inauthentic material around her. No, now she's taken on this energy of just being who she was naturally created to be. This person is naked in this water, so they're very transparent. She's very transparent in her energy and just going with the flow of wherever her spiritual journey takes her, okay? And so she's no longer allowing herself to be exhausted and holding on to belief systems or conditioning that was inauthentic to her nature. Okay, she's stepping into her nature as that lion, as that lioness, and moving away from all of these sheep who were trying to tell her that she was something that she is not. And so she's just, going with the flow. She released herself and now she's going with the flow. I'm going to take one more and I'm going to close out. Okay, so we have beyond illusion. Your divine feminine sees beyond the illusion, okay? She's blossomed. She's gone through the transformation, that cocoon, that caterpillar transforming into the butterfly. So she has changed. She knows, she sees things. She sees past the matrix, okay? She sees beyond the illusion of who you might have presented yourself to be initially. And maybe this is why she comes in with that energy that brings that sudden revelation to you, because maybe there's some things that she awakens within you. Just the connection in and of itself, it sparks that that passion and that fire to tear down those old false structures that was built within you as well as external to you, and to really become empowered and to really go through the spiritual transformation. And so she sees far beyond the illusion. She sees with her spiritual eyes, and not her physical eyes, okay? And this is why she's able to value you in spite of how you may be when you all come together, in spite of how you may present yourself. She sees beyond the illusion, okay? So I love you all. If you desire private reading from me, be sure to email me. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes, and I will talk to you all next time.